Cal Rook's plasma torch bit into the precursor vault's seal. Metal vaporized in a white-hot hiss. He braced his mag boots against the derelict's deck plating, sweat stinging his eyes under the helmet seal. The cut completed. A low hum built. Blue containment field flickered to life across the breach, arcing toward his torch. Damn it! Cal yanked back. The field latched onto his glove, numbing his fingers. He dropped the tool. It clattered into zero-G drift. Alarms blared from his suit, field intensity spiking. Precursor tech unstable, alive. Dr. Omi Tan's warning echoed in his comms log. Live fields bind to biology. Don't touch. Too late. The vault door buckled inward. A figure exploded out tall. Lithe, skin shimmering like oil on water. Alien woman. Her eyes glowed violet. Power surged from her palms. A reflex wave that slammed Cal into the bulkhead. Air whooshed from his lungs. Stars burst in his vision. She pinned him, claws digging into his chest plate, not killing, but feral. Her breath rasped, hot against his visor. Easy, Cal grunted. He twisted, grabbed a coil of cargo webbing from his belt. One hand clamped her left wrist. She snarled, energy crackling along her arm. He looped the webbing fast, binding both wrists together. Pulled tight. She bucked. Field arcs leaped between them, burning ozone. Cal's suit integrity dropped to 78%. Her power fed on the contact. Unstable spikes, threatening to overload his seals. Breathe, he said, voice steady through the suit mic. External speakers blared it loud. In through your nose. Out slow. Match me. Her struggles slowed. Violet eyes locked on his visor. She inhaled, ragged, chest heaving under iridescent scales. Exhale. Tremble. Good. Again. Cal kept his own breaths even, pulse steady at 72 BPM. Salvager's calm years of hull breaches and rad storms. He held her wrists firm, webbing humming under strain. She matched him. In. Out. The field dimmed. Arcs faded to flickers. Her bound hands twisted. Fingers gripped his exposed forearm, suit cuff torn in the fall. Skin to skin. Her pulse raced against his vein. Erratic. Then it synced. Thump thump. Her rhythm copied his. Steady. Strong. The field collapsed. Vault lights died. Silence rushed in, broken only by their breaths. Cal exhaled. There, locked down. She released his arm. Webbing loosened as her claws retracted. You. Anchor. Voice. Melodic. Accented translator implant. Kicking in late. Violira Sorin. Per Omi's briefing. Bound to the tech somehow. He cut the webbing with his vibro knife. Freed her wrists. She rubbed them. Eyes narrowing. Not hostile now. Wary. Cal Rook. Salvager. He stood, offering a hand. She ignored it, rising fluid on her own. Taller than him by a head, but lean. Precursor glyphs glowed faint on her collarbone, pulsing with his heartbeat rhythm. Why free? She tilted her head, scales shifting colors. Fields down. You're out. We move. Cal scanned the vault interior crystalline consoles, humming cores. Prize worth a fleet, but unstable. Omi wanted samples only. Proximity alarm pinged. His shuttle's scopes lit up. Incoming vessel. Keth Varn, Cal muttered. Rival raider. Sharp gear, sharper greed. Omi's contract mentioned him sniffing the wreck. Violeta tensed. He hunts. Cal grabbed his torch. Stay close. Field might spike again. She nodded, grabbed his forearm instinct. Her touch cooled his skin, power humming low. Need anchor. They dashed down the corridor. Wreck groaned, artificial gravity flickering. Cal's mag boots clanked. Valera glided, alien grace. Docking clamps thudded distant. Breach pods, 2 minutes to airlock. Cal said. He slapped a bulkhead panel, rerouting power. Emergency seals snapped shut behind them, forcing Keth's crew to cut through. Violira's hand tightened. Stress spike glyphs flared. Field residue crackled, drawing toward her. Breathe, Cal ordered. Pulled her against the wall, chest to chest in the narrow passage. Match me, she pressed close. Inhale. Her pulse synced again. Field stabilized. Her eyes softened. Violet depths holding his gaze through the visor. Human steady, she whispered. Precursor chaos yields. He nodded. No time for awe. Boots echoed ahead, Keth's team. Cal patched Omi-Tan. Doc, vault breached. Got the artifact. Living one. Field. Live. Her voice crackled, scholarly calm cracking. Valira? Precursor bond confirmed. She's a conduit power amplifies near organics. Yours? Anchored to my pulse. Stable now. Remarkable. Human baseline rhythms mimic their lost stabilizers. Get her out. Keth's raiders want her as a key. Vault core wakes. If she spikes uncontrolled wakes defenses. Copy. Cal killed the link. Grabbed Valira's hand. Run. They hit the airlock. His shuttle waited, engines hot. Keth's voice boomed over open channel. Rook, share the prize. That alien's my ticket to precursor vaults galaxy-wide. Cal sealed the inner hatch. Negative. Contracts Omi's. Laugh barked back. Omi's a ghost. She's worth billions keyed. Valira shuddered. Glyphs pulsed wild. Power built. Field residue ionizing the air. Wreck trembled, deep rumble from the vault. She's spiking, Cal said. Pinned her shoulders to the bulkhead. Eyes on me. Breathe. Keth's breachers hissed outside. Her hands clutched his arms. Pulse erratic. You can. Cal stripped his glove. Pressed bare wrist to her palm. Skin synced skin. Thump thump. Feel that? Mine. Yours now, she gasped. Power crested, then fell. Synced. Wreck rumble faded. Airlock bucked Keth's pod latched. Cutting torches whined. Cal hit undock. Thrusters fired. Shuttle lurched free. Valira sagged against him. Trust. Anchors. He steadied her. Proximity locked them. Her power needed his calm. His needed her control. Mutual. Shuttle alarms wailed. Keth's raider pursued. Weapons hot. Omi patched in. Rook. Bind her fully. Precursor protocol dermal sync. Tattoo my design on her glyphs with your blood. It'll lock the conduit. Blood? Cal glanced at Valira. She nodded, eyes fierce. Do it, she said. Or burn all. Pursuit missiles streaked. Cal evaded, flipping the shuttle. Grabbed medkit. Needle prick. His blood welled. Valira bared her collarbone. Glyphs swirled. He etched Omi's pattern, simple spiral, human efficient. Blood soaked in. Glow steadied. Permanent now. Her hand covered his. Warm. Bond. Missiles veered her power deflected. Anchored. Keth's voice snarled. What the hell? She's keyed to you? Shuttle jumped to hyperspace. Wreck shrank behind. Cal leaned back. Valira curled beside him, head on his shoulder. Pulse shared. Steady, shared strength, he murmured. She smiled, scales shimmering. Deep in the wreck, precursor lights flickered awake. Watching, hours blurred in hyperspace drift. Cal monitored scopes. Keth tailed at extreme range. Opportunistic shadow. Valira stirred. Pain fades. Anchor holds. He checked the dermal sync glyphs pulsed in time with his vein. Omi's design. Precursor mimic. She traced his jaw. Human, simple. Cal flushed under her gaze. Omi hailed. Hollow flickered elderly. Xenoarchaeologist. eyes sharp. Sync stable? Good. Veilira's conduit links to precursor nexus. Unstable, it wakes guardians. Your rhythm stabilizes. Humans excel at biological clocks. Alien edge. Her power. Amplification. Flattery later, Cal said. Keth's closing. Evade to my station. We'll extract the key data. Veilira leaned in. He saves. I protect. Omi chuckled. Trust builds. Rare. On. Link dropped. Veilira's fingers laced his. Stay near, Cal nodded. Forced proximity shuttle tight. Her power humming. Romance sparked in the sync. Body language saying what words skimmed. Keth's raider jumped in close. Grapples fired. Borders. Cal barked. Grabbed rifle. Veilira rose. Eyes violet fire. They fought back to back. Cal's shots precise. Salvager drills. Her surges deflected. Blasts. Amplified his cover. One raider breached. Veilira grabbed Cal's arm. Power-channeled blast wave hurled the raider through the bulkhead. Metal screamed. The invader crumpled against the hull. Lifeless. Cal pumped 2 rounds into the twitching form. Smoke curled from his rifle barrel. Alarms wailed hull breach sealed by emergency foam. Veilira released his arm. Her violet eyes dimmed to silver. She swayed. Link held. Stay put. Cal slapped the medbay door controls. Seals hissed shut, locking them in the cramped space. Red emergency lights bathed her iridescent skin. He checked her vitals on the dermal pad sync at 80%. Her power had surged through him like live current, but his human rhythm damped it. Keth's voice crackled over comms. Nice try, Rook. But that artifact bitch is mine. Hand her over, or I vent your air. Cal ignored the taunt. He yanked spare tether cable from a locker rated for 0G hauls. 2 meters, max stretch. He clipped one end to his belt, the other to her wrist cuff. Slack hung between them. Omi said, proximity stabilizes you. This keeps it enforced. Veilira tugged the line. Fabric of her alien tunic shimmered under strain. Tether like beast led. I am no pet. Practical fix. Cal tested the knot. Solid. Ship's too small for loose power spikes. You fry the boards. We're driftwood for Keth. She nodded. Once. Trust flickered in her gaze. Her fingers brushed his tether clip. Warm. Electric. Knot. Threat. Anchor. He powered down non-essentials. Jump drive hummed to life. Evasive vector locked. Keth's raider loomed on scopes. Grapples retracted. Cal punched it. Stars streaked into hyperspace blur. Safe for now. Veilira paced the medbay's 2x3 confines. Tether pulled taut. She reached for a diagnostic panel. Sparks leaped from her fingertips. Lights flickered. Easy. Cal caught her wrist. Skin contact grounded the discharge. Glow faded. Your power arcs at distance. Like static buildup. She pulled back, testing. 1 step. Tether stretched to limit. Consoles sparked. Air recyclers whined. Overheating. Closer. Cal reeled her in. Glow dimmed. Curiosity burned in her eyes. Precursor gift rejects separation. Needs conduit. Omi called it a nexus link. You're the key. He scanned the readouts. Power draw spiking again. Test it slow. 1 step out. Count to 5. Back. She stepped. Tether hummed. 1. Sparks danced on bulkhead. 2. Consoles smoked. 3. Lights dimmed corridor wide. 4. Alarms blared power grid at redline. 5. She yanked back. Cal smothered a console fire with his jacket. That's the limit. Ships melting every time. Veilira's shoulders slumped. Discipline fails. Stress amplifies. Not your fault. Cal rummaged tool locker. Ship cable, coolant plates from the cryo unit, grounding clamps. Improv time. Humans fixed with junk. Hold still. He stripped insulation from cable ends. Braided it into a harness loops for shoulders, waist, thighs. Coolant plates, sandwiched in. Heat synced. Clamps to her dermal sync ports. His end forked to his own belt rig. Dermal pad integrated. Grounding rig. Dumps excess through me. He handed it over. Your call. She eyed the crude weave. Alien pride warred with need. Precursor power had isolated her. Surges killed allies. This human offered tether, not cage. Vaylira slipped it on. Straps bit her scaled shoulders. Fits. Anchors. Cal synced the pads. Glyphs lit, pulsing in unison. His heartbeat echoed in her veins. Step count drill. 1 step out. Count breaths. Back to me. Builds. Control. She nodded. Stepped. Tether hummed soft. 1 breath. No sparks. 2. Consoles steady. 3. Her eyes widened. Power flowed even. Not wild. Back. Cal guided. Contact sealed it. Again, she pushed farther. 4 steps. Human rhythm. Vaylira traced the cable braid. Steady as void pulse. Precursor chaos. Yields. Cal flushed. Practical praise. Salvager trick. Routines beat panic. Quote, they drilled. Medbay shrank around their orbit, her steps measured, his counts firm. Sweat beaded her brow. His shirt clung. Proximity hummed. More than power. Her gaze lingered on his hands, collused from Rex. Keth's signal pinged, still tailing. Opportunist. Wouldn't quit. Vaylira stepped out on the 10th drill. Harness taut. She reached the door panel. Power crested, contained. Eye control. Pride swelled in Cal. We do. We do. She turned. Fingers laced his through the tether. Cal Rook. Anchor beyond tech. Heat rose, not from discharge. He squeezed back. Valyra. Strength shared. Alarms spiked anew. Not her. Scopes lit. Keth jumped in. Weapons hot. Brace. Cal yanked her close. Harness locked. Jump drive whined under load. Valyra's power surged, channeled. Shields flared double. Keth's volley glanced off, but her eyes flashed violet. Unstable edge. Too close. Waking. Cal checked readouts. Precursor signatures bloomed on deep scans, ruins ahead, guardians stirring. Every time she stepped away, the ship tried to melt. Now, stepping together might wake worse. Hours ground by in hyperspace weave. Cal nursed the scopes. Keth dogged at fringe range, shadow patient. Valyra leaned into him. Harness slack but secure. Her breath synced his drill. Ingrained. Pain gone? He asked. Fades with rhythm. She pressed palm to his chest. Dermal glow warmed skin. Human heart. Simple drum. Precursor Storm Keats. He swallowed. Romance in a tin can. Her touch lingered. Need woven tight. Omi's station next jump. She'll refine this. Holo chimed. Dr. Omi Tan materialized wizened face. Eyes like probe lasers. Status? Rook? Sync at 90. Harness holds. Cal tapped the braid. Keth's glued on. Omi's gaze flicked to Valyra. Conduit stable? Nexus precursors left Guardian's automata keyed to power spikes. Your biological clock dampens it. Humans. Relentless pacemakers. Save the lecture. Cal glanced at scopes. Keth accelerating. Evade pattern locked. Your extraction plan? Dock at my array. Extract Nexus data from her link. Omi leaned in. Bond visuals confirm. Trust metric high. Rare cross-species sync. Valyra shifted closer. He grounds. I amplify. I amplify. Omi's lips twitched. Poetic. Proceed. Link severed. Vylera's hand found his. Near. Always. Cal nodded. Shuttle confines forced it power and pull entwined. Her body language spoke volumes. Lean. Touch. Gaze. Words skimmed surface. Keth's raider surged. Grapples lanced out magnetic claws. Borders inbound. Cal. Snatched rifle. Vylera rose fluid. Eyes igniting. Back to back again. His shots cracked precise hull, weak points from salvager maps. Her surges bent incoming fire. Shields rippling. Breacher punched through airlock. Vylera gripped his arm. Power-funneled blast wave shredded the foe. Foam sealing breach. But surge peaked. Harness smoked. Consoles arced wild. Too much. Cal reeled her in. Grounded it. Glow ebbed. Keth crowed over open channel. Artifacts cracking your junker, Rook. Yield her. Profit split. Go void yourself. Cal sealed medbay tighter. Tether reinforced. Drill resumed. Urgency doubled. Vylera tested limits. Stepped out. Sparks flew corridor wide. Blackout plunged them dark. Back. Cal sparked a glow stick. Pulled her flush. Lights flickered on. Distance kills control. Her voice cracked first vulnerability. Not anymore. Cal tore into engineering spares. Thick ship cable. Oversized coolant plates, scavenged from backup cryo. Braided finer harness. Redundant paths. Plate arrays for heat bleed. Upgrade. He fitted it over the old. Clamps bit secure. His fork integrated deeper vein mimic conduits. Vylera donned it without hesitation. Trust sealed. Yours. Step count escalated. 1 step. Steady. 5. Harness hummed even. 10. She circled medbay full. Power flowed, shared. No melt. Precursor bends to this? She marveled at steady glyphs. Your discipline. My fix. Cal counted breaths with her. Sweat synced. Proximity electric romance in every taut cable. Keth hammered shields. Impacts shuddered. Vylera stepped to panel. Harness peaked shields doubled via her surge. His ground. Evading. Cal plotted. But deep scans pinged. Precursor nexus blooming. Guardians awakening. She pulled him close. Together. Ship groaned. Every step apart melted circuits. Every step together roused ancient watchers. Oh, Keth's voice crackled over the comms. Rook, you stubborn wreck rat. Hand over the precursor asset. Now. We split the score 50-50. Cal gripped the console. Shields buckled under fresh torpedo fire. Vylera pressed against him. Her harness humming hot through his shipsuit. Her glyphs flickered wild precursor power spiking from the stress. No deal, Varn. Cal punched the reactor override. Alarms wailed. He rerouted life support to the exhaust vents. Steam hissed loud through the ship, venting plasma-laced fog into the void. Dummy readings spiked. Core breach imminent. Keth laughed. Bluff called. Your junker's venting. Eject her in a pod, or I board and take her. Vylera's breath hitched. Her skin glowed brighter, circuits sizzling nearby. Cal met her eyes deep violet, edged with panic. Match me, he said low. Breathe. In. Hold 4. Out 8. She nodded, copied his rhythm. In. Hold. Out. Her glow dimmed. Surge snuffed before it peaked. Harness cooled against his chest. Good. Cal sealed the bridge. Grabbed the EVA cradle from the locker reinforced sling with mag clamps and thrust pack. Into this. Maintenance hatch. We ghost out quiet. Her tendrils brushed his arm. Trust in the touch. She slid into the cradle. Straps locked. He slung it over his back, her weight secure like a second skin. Keth hammered the channel. Scans show your core melting, Rook. Last chance. Cal smirked. Toggled the autopilot. Plotted a wild spin toward the derelict's debris field. Reactors. Hot. Evacuating. He cut the link. Drilled the maintenance hatch open narrow tube to the outer hull. Veilira whispered through the cradle's comm. Your ship. Bait? Damn right. Cal crawled in, sealed behind. The tube pressurized. His ship lurched autopilot, firing retros erratic, selling the death spiral. They tumbled into the black. Debris whirled. Twisted precursor alloy. Glowing faint. Cal's mag boots kissed a hull fragment. Thrust pack whispered low, vectoring them toward the Nexus core, a massive, pulsing orb buried in the wreck's heart. Keth's raider whooped over open frick. He's abandoning. Boarding his tug now. Cal's ship exploded in simulated glory-shaped charges, blooming false plasma from the vents. A perfect casualty. Veilira's voice steadied in his ear. Deception mastered. Human trait? Survival. Cal jetted between girders. Her harness synced pulses with his heartbeat, grounding her power. Proximity thrummed electric, her warmth seeping through layers. Not just need. Want. Scans pinged. Keth's boarding pods latched onto Cal's corpse. Raider crew swarmed in, chasing ghosts. Dr. Omitan's signal cut through private band. Rook. You lunatic. My shuttle's inbound. Nexus signatures spiking, guardians stirring. Her power's the trigger. Copy, Doc. Cal dodged a spinning bulkhead. Your containment plan? Anchor her deeper. Your tether's the key. But Nexus core's the lock. Get inside. Clom. Get inside. Get inside. Get inside. Veilira tensed in the cradle. Guardians. Precursors watchers. They sense me unbound. Cal felt it too. Hull plates groaned alive. Shadowy forms stirred in the derelict's depths, angular drones, eyes igniting red. Steady. He breathed the cadence. She matched. Power flowed even, no spikes. They breached the Nexus chamber. Vast dome, walls etched in glowing script. Central pedestal throbbed artifact heart. Veined with the same conduits as her harness. Omi's shuttle docked nearby. Airlock cycled. The xenoarchaeologist burst out. Scanner in hand. Signatures match. She's keyed to it. But unstable, needs grounding. Cal unslung Veilira, set her boots on the deck. Her hand found his. Glyphs raced up her arm, mirroring the walls. Keth's voice exploded on comms. Rook? Empty ship? You slimy. Drones whirred to life. 6 of them. Sleek predator shapes. Precursor forged. Lasers lanced out, carving Omi's shuttle. Down! Cal yanked Veilira behind the pedestal. Omi dove for cover, firing her plasma pistol. Drones shrugged it off. Veilira's power surged. Walls bucked. I draw them. No. Cal pulled her harness tighter. Linked his fork deeper skin seal now. Conduits pulsing shared blood. Together. 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 She leaned in. Lips brushed his jaw, alien soft, electric spark. Trust, sealed electric. Romance in the grip. Drones converged. Cal grabbed a loose girder. Improvised lever. Jammed it into one's joint. Sparks flew. It staggered. Omi shouted. Pedestal. Veilira stepped forward. Cal anchored her waist. Harness peaked. Her glyphs synced with the Nexus. Walls hummed approval. Power flooded. Drones froze mid-strike. Eyes dimmed. Keth's raider loomed on scopes, breaking from the bait ship. Torpedoes hot. Seal it. Omi urged. Full bond. Omi. Many Bisa's marication. Veilira returned to Cal. Eyes locked. You ground me. Human stubbornness bends precursor will. He nodded. Pulled her flush. Kissed her firm. No hesitation. Her tendrils curled his neck. Power roared through them both. Shared. Nexus locked. Glyphs stabilized. Keth's torpedoes streaked in. Cal's jury-rigged shield. Vaylira's surge through his ground. Flared. Double thick. Missiles vaporized. Raider veered hard. Keth cursing loud. Omi exhaled. Containment holds. But Nexus maps downloading. Precursor vaults. Galaxy-wide. Vaylira smiled faint. First. True one. Shared strength. Cal held her close. Proximity no threat. Strength. But scopes pinged deeper. More guardians stirring. Drawn by the bloom. Keth wheeled back. This ain't over, Rook. Ship trembled. Ancient watchers rose. Vaylira gripped tighter. We face them. Anchored. Cal checked the harness. Solid. Together. Debris field lit with new signatures. Precursor. Fleet awakening. Keth's raider danced evasion. Cal's bait ship drifted cold decoy. He plotted their exit. Thrust pack primed. Omi's shuttle scarred but spaceworthy. Vaylira's power hummed steady now. His calm routines channeled it. Her discipline focused it. Romance sparked in every synced breath. Cross-species bond forging. Hot. Keth closed fast. Assets mine. Drones twitched reboot. Omi blasted too. Cal levered another's core. Vaylira pulsed a surge, third drone fried. They sprinted for the shuttle. Cal slung her again. Jets. Fired. Keth's boarding grapples shot out. Latched the derelict. Cut 'em loose, Cal growled. Vaylira reached back. Harness peeked through him. Grapples melted. Raider spun wild. Keth howling retreat. Shuttle sealed. Omi punched engines. They arrowed out. Nexus dimmed behind. But maps burned in Vaylira's mind, precursor secrets unlocked. Cal unstrapped her. Pulled close. Told you. Upgrade. She traced his jaw. Human anchor. My strength. Omi glanced back. Bond stable. But Keth'll hunt. And guardians. They're networked. Cal nodded. Scopes showed it. Distant signatures lighting up. Ancient eyes turning their way. Vaylira leaned into him. Power, warm, shared. Trust turned gift to weapon. Keth's signal chased. Rook. We talk profit. Cal muted it. Plotted course to the nearest jump gate. Romance thrummed. But war brewed ancient. Deeper scans pinged. Precursor guardian swarm inbound. Fast. Cal hauled Vaylira through the zero-G tumble of the wreck field. His mag boots clamped hull fragments mid-spin. Her fingers dug into his harness. Power surged off her skin, hot, erratic pulses that scorched his suit seals. Breathe with me, he grunted. Alarms blared in his helmet. Precursor signatures spiking. Guardians. Inbound. Keth's raiders hot on their tail. He kicked off a crumpled drone husk. Thrust pack fired in bursts. Vaylira's collar implant glowed violet, threading veins of energy across her neck. Stress fed it. The Nexus escape had primed her flare. One wrong spike, and she'd light up the field like a beacon. Wake everything dormant. There. Cal zeroed on the dead precursor skiff. Slender, obsidian hull etched with fractal seams. No power hum. Perfect hide. He grappled its airlock pylon. Pulled her close. Her body trembled against his. Trust her. Anchor her. His routines held. Check seals. Sync vitals. Improvise. Lock cycle hissed. Inner door ground open on ancient servos. Cal shoved her inside first. Sealed them in. Dim emergency strips flickered to life under her touch. The skiff's cabin stretched narrow console pods, acceleration webbing frayed to threads, air stale, laced with ozone decay. Vaylira slumped against a bulkhead. Her iridescent skin shimmered, scales flaring silver blue. Eyes slitted gold locked on him. Cal. It's mapping. She pressed fingertips to the nearest panel. Circuits lit beneath her touch. Dormant paths bloomed in her mind's eye. Precursor code whispered through her implant. He stripped his helmet, racked it, knelt beside her. Show me. Her power licked the air, singed his sleeve. Close. Too close. He grabbed her hand, palm to palm. Skin met scales rough, warm. Sink breaths. In. Out. His chest rose slow. Steady. Human stubbornness. Against alien storm. She matched him. Inhale deep. Exhale measured. Flare dimmed. Pulses synced to his rhythm. Heat bled into him, not out. Her eyes widened. You. Ground it. Alien discipline met human calm. Bond tightened. Circuits spiderwebbed from her touch. She traced higher. Along the console arch. Fractals pulsed responsive. This skiff. Part of the Nexus web. Dormant relay. Her voice layered musical lilt over gridded edge. Language barrier faded in proximity. Trust bridged it. Cal scanned the readouts. Improvised scan pack linked to his wrist unit. Power draw minimal. Good. Omi's decoy shuttle pulling Keth east. Guardians chasing ghosts. He squeezed her palm, felt the thrum stabilize. Romance edged in protective pull. Her need. His anchor. Cross-species fire. She rose. Pulled him up. Fingers danced across a seam above the pilot throne. Hidden access eye-rised open. No grind. Silent bloom. Inside. A crystalline throne core. Fist-sized. Socketed into a pedestal. Violet facets matched her collar's glow. Perfect fit. Cal leaned in. Scope's word. That's no relic. Active matrix. Energy threads linked core to skiff nerves. Her implant mirrored it. Collar port. Gaping. Keyed identical. Valera's breath hitched. Power spiked. He synced harder. Palm press firm. Easy. Together. Flare banked. She traced the core. Lifted it free. Socket clicked empty. Her collar hummed invitation. Not a shackle. She whispered. Gold eyes met his. Key. Come. Not. He nodded. Practical. Test it. Dock it. Controlled. But scopes pinged. Rec field stirring. Distant hulls lit. Precursor eyes blinking awake. Her hand shook. Held the core steady. He cupped hers. Breathed with her. Trust poured through touch. She slotted it home. Collar clicked. Power flooded hers. Amplified. Skiff. Thrummed alive. Consoles blazed. Nexus maps unfolded holographic. Valera gasped. Arched back. Scales flared brilliant. Cal held fast. I've got you. Human grip unyielding. Her surge channeled through him. No burn. Shared strength. Skiff-oriented. Engines purred, silent ion whisper. They slipped deeper into the field. Keth's signal crackled open. Rook. Scanners lit you up. That power's mine. Profit split. Yeah? Cal muted it. Plotted evasion. Valera leaned into him. Core synced perfect. Her power warm now. Bonded weapon. Human anchor. She murmured. Traced his jaw. Lips brushed scales to skin. Heat sparked deeper, but scope screamed. Guardian signatures converged. Not drones. Bigger. Swarm vectors locked. Throne core woke the network, she said. Discipline sharpened her voice. They hunt the key. Cal punched thrust. Skiff darted through wreckage. Improvised path, his wreck runner maps overlaid hers. Collaboration carved escape. Humans humble at improv. Aliens fierce at legacy power. Keth's raider breached the field edge. Grapples prepped. Surrender the asset. Vailira pulsed. Cal channeled. External arc lanced out, fried a grapple mid-shot. Raider veered wild. Omi's voice cut in shuttle link. Cal. Decoy holding. But Guardians vectoring your way. Containment plan. Bond her to the core. Permanent. Risky. Working it. Cal eyed the collar. Socket flush now. Vailira's hand over his. Loyalty sealed. Guardian prowler loomed kilometers long. Fractal spines deploying. Wreck field parted for it. Ancient eyes fixed. Skiff cloaked. Precursor stealth engaged. They ghosted past debris. Vailira's maps guided secret vents, shadow lanes. His calm plotted jumps, pulse shared. Breath synced. Romance thrummed electric. Trust forged them. Unbreakable. But the prowler scanned. Pinged the core signature. Lock-on tone rose. Evade, Cal ordered. Thrust max. Vailira amplified. Power surged, defensive field bubble warped incoming beams. His anchor damped overload. No burnout. Keth flanked. Drones spat. She fried too. He levered the skiff's point defense ancient turrets online. Third drone vapor. Proximity alarm wailed. Guardian tractor locked. Cal yanked manual override. Now. Palm crushed to hers. Bond peaked. She channeled full. Core blazed. Tractor sheared. Prowler recoiled. Systems frying symmetric. They punched clear. Jump gate beacon ahead. Omi's shuttle rendezvoused. Docked hard. Cal unstrapped Vailira. Pulled her close. Core thrummed between them. Upgrade. Complete. Her scales flushed against his chest. Shared strength. Lips met alien fire to human resolve. Omi sealed the lock. Bond stable. But networks alerting. Deeper precursors stirring. Keth's howl faded. Guardians regrouped distant. Gate loomed. Cal punched transit. Stars warped. But Vailira stiffened. Core pulsed warning. It's calling. Throne network hub. Coordinates locked. Ancient mystery beckoned. Prophet hunter trailed. War of relics. Brood. Cal gripped her hand. Trust turned. Gift to blade. Ready. Cal yanked the skiff's harness release. Metal groaned as the dock clamps bit into the hull. Vailira's scales hummed against his side. Her breath sharp. The throne network hub loomed through the viewport, a colossal ring of precursor alloy, fractured but pulsing faint blue. Cores sinking, she said. Her voice layered with static, eyes glowing violet. He grabbed his toolkit. No time for scans. Keth's prowler trailed them through the gate. Proximity pings confirmed it. Rig first. Anchor the surge, before it spikes. She nodded, fingers flexing. Discipline etched her face, but stress lines creased her brow ridges. The core in her chest implant throbbed, precursor power leaking heat through her skin. Cal dropped to the engine bay. Sparks flew as he sliced conduits with his plasma cutter. Goal. Loop the throne core's output through the skiff's ground plates. Improvise a human buffer. His hands moved steady twist, solder, clamp. Alien tech defied logic, but physics held. Conductors fed excess energy to the hull, bleeding it into space. Vailira knelt beside him. Fields destabilizing. Wreck debris orbiting wild. Feed it through me. He slapped the final junction. A ground loop cable snaked from the core interface to his wrist gauntlet, ratcheted tight, jury-rigged insulators glowing. Your plug. My dump. Her gaze locked on his. Trust flickered there. Raw. She extended the core port from her sternum. Iridescent veins pulsed beneath sapphire scales. He plugged in. Current jolted his arm warm. Electric kiss. Stable. He grunted. Pain bit. But routines held him. Breathe. Adjust. Endure. Alarms blared. Wreck field churned beyond the hub. A graveyard of ancient hulks, pulled by the throne's awakening gravity. Shards, the size of carriers, tumbled toward them. Now, Cal said. Valera surged upright. She gripped the core link. Power flooded the skiff. Blue arcs leaped across the console. The wreck field obeyed. Debris slowed. Aligned. She yanked it into controlled drift, massive hulks sliding into lazy orbits like obedient moons. Cal's gauntlet smoked. Energy poured through him, muscles locking. He braced against the bulkhead. Sweat stung his eyes. Her power dwarfed reactors he'd salvaged, but his loop channeled it. Human stubbornness as conduit. Hub interface opening, she whispered. Voice strained, scales flushing deeper blue. He forced a grin. One problem at a time. Docking clamps shuddered. External sensors screamed, boarding tube extending. Keth's raiders. Intruders! Valera hissed. She yanked the core link free. Power recoiled, spiking wild. Cal sealed the bay hatch, grabbed his pulse rifle. Hold position. I'll buy time. Too late. Explosives breached the airlock. Keth Varn stormed in, armored goons flanking. His visor gleamed, plasma carbine leveled. Rook. Hand over the alien key. Core's mine. Cal raised hands slow. Rifle ditched. Stall. Profits mutual, Keth. Share the maps. Keth laughed, sharp. Advanced on Valera. She backed toward the core pedestal, eyes flaring. Her power cracks precursor vaults. Billions in relics. One goon grabbed Cal's arm. Twisted. Pain flared. Keth pressed his carbine to Valera's throat. Spike it. Blue skin. Show me the throne, unlock or he bleeds. Her body trembled. Core implant ignited. Energy lashed out, consoles melted, goons convulsed. Spike hit critical. Wreck field bucked, shards slamming the hull. Cal twisted free. Drove elbow into his captor's helm. Bone crunched. He lunged between Keth and Valera. Grabbed her hands. Palms crushed to scaled palms. Through me. Surge hit like lightning. His body arched. Veins burned blue. Gauntlet overloaded, feeding the torrent to the ground loop. Skiff shuddered, but held. Energy bled harmless into the void. Keth staggered back. What the human freak? Valera's eyes cleared. Power stabilized in Cal's grip. She twisted, scales hardening to armor sheen. One hand freed plasma burst from her core, vaporized Keth's carbine. Cal didn't let go. Anchor held. He pivoted, slammed Keth against the bulkhead. Fist connected with visor. Crack. Back off. Goons rallied. Blaster fire scorched bulkheads. Valera amplified deflector field snapped up. Bolts ricocheting. Cal released one hand, snatched his dropped rifle. Fired point blank. 2 down. Keth kicked free. Drew vibroblade. You're no match, wreck runner. Cal dodged. Blade scored his shoulder hot slice. Valera yanked him back. Her free hand channeled pinpoint bolt. Keth's armor smoked. He howled, retreated to the airlock. Evac your trash. Cal roared. Fired suppression burst. Prowler detached. Thrusters flared. Keth's voice crackled over comms. This ain't over, Rook. Network's waking. You'll beg my deal. Hull groaned. Spike. Aftermath. Welds. Stressing. Cal slumped against Valera. Hands still locked. Her pulse synced to his. Core. Humming, steady. You took it, she murmured. Forehead to his. Scales cool now, soothing his burns. All of it. Team effort. He squeezed her fingers. Pain ebbed to ache. Trust solidified her gift. His resolve. Shared strength. External ping. Dr. Omitan's shuttle docked. Airlock cycled. She burst in, scanner whirring. Bond metrics off charts. Cal. Your grounding precursor harmonics stabilized. But readings. Vylera pulled away slight. Core pulsed warning. Throne hub active. Deeper network linking. Omi's eyes widened behind lenses. Guardians inbound. Precursor sentinels. Your spike woke them. Cal checked sensors. Dots swarmed the wreck field, angular drones, ancient and lethal. Keth's prowler veered toward them. Strap in, Cal ordered. He rerouted loop power to thrusters. Skiff leaped free. Vylera leaned into him. Hand lingered on his. Together, hub shrank behind. Sentinels locked on. But their bond thrummed unbreakable. Romance forged in fire. Ancient war reignited. Deeper in the network, something vast stirred. Throne called louder. Cal punched coordinates. No escape, only forward. Trust their blade. The skiff dove into shadow lanes. Drones pursued. Vylera amplified fields. Cal grounded surges. Omi plotted jumps. Keth flanked again. Predictable, he snarled over open channel. Cal glanced at Vylera. Her scales flushed warm. Lips brushed his ear. Ready? He nodded. Palm to palm. Surge built, not threat. Strength. Hit them, she channeled. Core blazed through his loop. Skiff warped space bubble field expanded. Snaring drones. They crumpled inward. Crushed. Keth's prowler yawed. Impossible. Well. Third. Human improv. Cal muttered. Grinned through strain. Omi whooped. Precursor vault ahead. Bond key confirmed. Vault doors irised open. Relics gleamed within precursor engines. Weapons unbound. But Throne Core and Vylera pulsed frantic. It's not vault. It's birthing chamber. Awakening Guardian Prime. Massive shadow uncoiled from the dark. Eyes ignited red. Precursor Titan rose. Cal gripped her tight. No rig could ground that. Only trust. Full sync. She breathed. He took it all. Body conduit. Heart anchor. They plunged in. Titan roared. Battle joined. Power surged wild. Cal's vision blurred blue. Her scream merged his. Scales to skin bond unbreakable. He couldn't stop her fire. So he burned with her. Strength shared. Titan recoiled. But more woke. Network thrummed alive. Keth dove past. Mine. Cal yanked controls. Skiff spiraled. Not today. Can't. Not today. Vylera's lips met his mid-spin. Alien fire to human steel. Trust turned gift to victory. Deeper they went. Mystery beckoned. War brewed. Ready. Cal gripped the skiff's harness straps as the precursor Titan slammed into the vault wall. Metal groaned. Sparks flew. Vylera's scales pressed hot against his side, her breath sinking with his in ragged bursts. Pulse now, she hissed. He matched her rhythm. Inhale. Hold. Exhale sharp. Their palms locked. Skin to scale. Blue energy arced between them. Threading into the throne core, at the chamber's heart, the Titan recoiled. Red eyes flickering. Its claw scraped the deck, inches from the skiff. Steady, Cal said. He twisted the jury-rigged conduit, a salvaged power cell wrapped in his belt's ferroweave. It hummed under strain. Her power spiked wild through him. Precursor fire chasing his veins. Pain bit deep, but he held. Trust her. Anchor it. Vylera's eyes locked on his. Gold slits widened. Breath with me. 1, 2. They pulsed together. Core whirred alive. Pedestals irised open around the throne, revealing crystal lattices pulsing faint. Not weapons. Engines? No data nodes, glowing with ancient code. The Titan lunged again. Cal yanked the stick. Skiff banked hard. Drones swarmed from ceiling vents. Precursor guardians waking in chain reaction. Keth's prowler screamed past overhead, lasers carving hull chunks. Cores yielding, Valyra gasped. Her free hand clamped his wrist. Scales flushed deeper blue. But it's fighting. Needs full sync. Cal nodded. No time for doubt. He released the stick, both hands to hers. Skiff auto-stabilized on his emergency loop. Energy flooded him. Her gift, unstable as a cracked reactor. His vision tunneled blue. Heart hammered in double time, hers echoing his. Breathe, she urged. Lips brushed his jaw, cool and electric. In, hold, out. The core clicked. A central pedestal rose, cradling a fist-sized orb. Precursor heart? It throbbed, matching their pulse. Got it, Cal grunted. He scooped the orb into the conduit rig. Wires hissed as it interfaced. Titan roared. Charging full. Valyra twisted in his grip. Redirecting. Not weapon beacon. Orb flared. Energy inverted. No blast. Instead, a subspace pulse ripped outward. Walls shook. Drones stuttered mid-air, circuits frying. The Titan froze, eyes dimming to embers. Its massive form slumped, uncoiling into inert alloy. Cal exhaled. Sweat stung his eyes. Rescue beacon? To who? Precursor's allies, she said, voice strained. Or what's left? It calls help. Not war. Omi's voice crackled over comms. Brilliant. Signature matches lost fleet logs. But Keth's locking tractors, proximity klaxon blared. Keth's prowler loomed, grapples extending. Cal slapped manual override. Skiff shuddered free, but Keth matched velocity. Hand over the female and core, Rook. Keth barked over open channel. Rec cords are mine. Walk away rich. Cal glanced at Valyra. Her scales cooled, but power hummed residual in their bond. She nodded once. Trust. He keyed, transmit. Cords for her freedom. Full. No tricks. Keth laughed. Freedom? She's a walking precursor key. But fine. Beam 'em. Cal patched the vault grid, full layout. Guardian spawns marked. Node access codes from the orb's dump. Sent. Done. Release tractors. Grapples retracted. Prowler peeled off, thrusters flaring toward the outer vaults. Pleasure doing business, wreck runner. Skiff drifted clear. Silence fell, broken only by cooling hums. Valyra sagged against him. You traded everything. Rex picked clean anyway, Cal said. He checked her vitals on the jury rig scanner. Stable. You? Anchored. Her fingers traced his palm. Scar's old salvage burns. By you. He powered down the core rig. Orb dimmed to sleep. Deeper vaults beckoned on scans, but engines whined low. Fuel critical. His hauler waited in the debris field outside. Ship's that way, he pointed. Omi's patching a toe. She pulled back slightly. Eyes searched his. Tether ends here. Power stable. I go alone. Cal felt the pull snap or not. Her choice. But proximity lingered. Need woven deep. Alone wakes it again. Stress. Spikes. Valyra's tail coiled around his leg. Hesitant. Keth wants more. Network's live now. Beacon pulls scavengers. Then dock with me. He met her gaze. No demand. Offer. Partner hold. Not anchor. Shared. She tilted her head, scales shimmering. Alien logic churned visible in her eyes. Then lips curved, first true smile. Voluntary tether. Yes. Relief hit him quiet. He fired engines. Skiff arrowed out, weaving guardian husks. Omi's shuttle flanked them, scanning wakes. Cal. That beacon's broadcasting wide, Omi said. Fleet signatures inbound. Old ones. Not friendly. Valyra leaned into comms. Allies. Or echoes. Cal gripped controls tighter. Hauler loomed ahead, battered but home. Airlock cycled. They docked smooth. Inside, he killed gravity for ease. Vylera floated free, testing bounds. No spike. Her hand found his shoulder. Warm. "Show me your routines," she said. He grinned. Led her to engine bay. "Start here." Improv starts small. Tools clinked. Her claws proved deft on conduits, precursor intuition meshing his hacks. Trust built in motions hand over hand, pulse to pulse. Hours blurred. Scans pinged. Incoming signatures multiplied. Not rescue. Hunters. Keth's voice cut in again. "Rook. You lied. Chords missed the prime node. She's the key. Hand her over, or we crack your hull." Proximity alarms wailed. Prowler returned. Escorts in tow, raiders smelling profit. Cal sealed bulkheads. Armory. Now. Vylera grabbed a pulse rifle. Her scales ignited faint. "Together." He nodded. No words needed. Bond hummed steady. Hauler shuddered under first hits. Deck plates buckled. Breach imminent. Cal yanked her into the core vault, his hidden salvage hold. Precursor orb secured center. "Sink again," he said. "Palm out." She clasped it. Power surged controlled. Orb woke. Beacon flipping to shield mode. Hull reinforced. Energy web snapping taut. Raiders pounded. Keth's boarding team breached airlock. Boots thumped corridors. Cal rigged the vault door. "Omi's evasing. We hold." Vylera channeled through him. Rifle fire lanced blue hot, precise. Raiders dropped, armor melting. Keth burst in last, plasma cutter glowing. "Fool! That power's mine." Cal stepped forward. Vylera's fire steadied in his grip. "She's chosen." Keth fired. Cal dodged, countershot grazing. Vylera pulsed pure redirect. Keth's cutter overloaded, blowing his arm to slag. Raider screamed retreat. Hauler sealed. Silence. Vylera slumped. "Stable. Because of you." Cal caught her. Pulled close. Lips met human steel to alien fire. No spike. Strength. Scans flared. New signatures massive. Precursor echoes inbound. "More coming," he said. She smiled against his chest. "We face them. Partners." Hauler engines roared to life. Deeper mysteries called. War brewed hot. But tethered true. They plunged in. Ready. Omi's voice crackled faint. Fleet's precursor grade. Guardian primes waking network wide. Your bond's the only counter signal. Crossed. Crossed man. Crossed man. Crossman. Crossman. Crossman crossed. Crossman crossed. And cross. Crossman. Crossman crossed. Cal glanced at Vylera. Her eyes burned gold. "Full sync?" He nodded. "All in." Power thrummed. Hauler warped space, beacon leading. Titans stirred in the void. Trust turned gift to blade. They burned forward.